Welcome back. Welcome back to a new series here on the Ornatovods channel. Pokemon Volt, White 2, Redux. Shout out Aphex Cubed. Shout out Drayano. We're playing another Drayano hack here. But without any further ado, I'm starting kind of far in because I did like some stuff with challenge mode and whatever, so it's been a little bit, but here we are. I do not know the optimal choice. I have not watched a lot of content on this game, but Samurott is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. My guess is that Tepig is probably the best choice. I think it gets like Sheer Force or Adaptability. Like they make these Pokemon pretty good. Like pretty crazy. So I would kind of guess Samurott gets Shell Armor, which is actually pretty good for Nuzlocke. Emboar gets maybe nothing actually. Maybe it's just Reckless. Okay. I thought it got Sheer Force. I'm thinking of Tepig. Tepig does get Sheer Force, which actually makes a big difference early game. Big difference early game. And then Superior, which gets Contrary as always. Snivy also gets Contrary. So kind of every Pokemon here has a pretty good ability. And typings are changed too. This is Grass Dragon. This is Fire Ground. And Samurott is Water Fighting. So I don't really think Samurott's the best choice. I'm not convinced that that's true. But I like Samurott. I like Samurott a lot. So we're going to go with it. What was my naming scheme last time? I remember. Let's do... You know what's a fun one? U.S. states. U.S. states. And because this is our starter, I'm going to start... I'm going to start in one of my favorite cities. And there's only one city that is like a state. Yeah. So we're gonna call it DC. Should we do periods? DC. I thought about doing Washington, but there is a Washington state, so we're just gonna name it DC. We're going to do U.S. states and territories, so I guess I can do American Samoa, I can do Guam, I can do Puerto Rico. I don't think I will, but since DC is technically not a state and I want to do with it, we're going to go with it. So we've got DC joining the squad. And yeah, I don't actually have a whole lot to say. I guess I can talk about rules real quick. So, basic rules, this is a hardcore Nuzlocke. Oh, we have an item. It's probably an Oranberry. And we are Shell Armor. I think he guarantees Shell Armor. We are Modest. That's probably bad. But we're going to see what happens. I do expect this to take multiple runs. This is not an easy game. This is a much harder game than Renegade Platinum. So I do expect this to take multiple runs. But basically, we're getting one encounter per route, per, like, location name. So they're eggs. We cannot hatch them in the same city where we've already gotten an encounter. Things like that. But it's a hardcore Nuzlocke rule, so no items in battle. Set mode. Let's do that right now, actually. We're going to do text fast, battle style set. Battle style set. No items in battle. If a Pokemon dies in battle, it dies in real life. If a Pokemon faints, you can't use it again. One encounter per route, including the whole egg rule thing. Blissey is banned. I just always ban Blissey. Ban Blissey. I don't think there's like legendary encounters. I probably won't. I probably won't use them, but I think part of like the challenge mode that I've selected is that like you wouldn't get those kind of encounters. So we're probably not going to use legendaries. We're probably not going to use Blissey. We're going to have level caps for, I think, just every gym leader. I could do every boss fight, which is what I did for Renegade Platinum, but I don't quite think this game is easy enough to warrant that. This game is hard enough that I think being like 2 or 3 levels over leveled for certain boss fights wouldn't break the game. So I think I'm fine doing that. We're going to do level caps at each gym leader's highest Pokemon. We're going to gen in rare candies. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have. We are on Eevee list, so I do not have any Eevees. I don't know if I have max IVs. I'm going to assume I don't. But I might add in like an IV checker mod and stuff like that. But I'm not sure. We'll see. I think those are all the rules that are significant to go through. Yeah. Will I ban setup moves? I'm going to leave that tentatively. I don't know yet. I'm not making that decision because it's very possible that I will need setup moves. I also kind of assume that challenge mode might ban setup moves too. Like that seems like a challenge mode kind of thing. So if challenge mode has done that, then we're not using setup moves. But if I start to like go through videos of this ROM hack on challenge mode and I realize that like a majority of the consensus is that setup moves are okay, whether it's because like only 5 Pokemon get setup moves are delayed to a really low level, or just like the Elite Four is hard enough that doing it without setup moves is nearly impossible. I don't really expect that any of those specifically are the case, but if they are, then it makes it kind of pointless to say I'm banning setup moves right now. So we're going to leave setup moves on the table, but I'll address it later. And I think that's it. I think that's all I got. I do think we have a rival battle, though. Our rival's name is Fostige. Welcome back, Fostige. So next time you see this, we might have some new mods and stuff. But this game has a lot of quality of life updates. And a lot of other small stuff. So, we're going to be playing with that. And I think this game is pretty hard, so I'm kind of excited for it. I'm excited to play Gen 5 again. Probably the best generation, like, it's just kind of the way it is. And, I'm sorry for the little bit of a break, but we're back, and better than ever. Dude, I'm modest. Do I actually lose this fight? I'm gonna speed it up. Dude, Grap is not good. I guess I have an Oran Bear and he might not. I think it's very possible we lose. Oh, it's over. I mean, like, oh, unless. Is he, like, programmed to throw? Maybe. Because he did. Probably should not have won that, but yeah. I'm also not sure how, like, berries and stuff work in this game, like, when you're expected to get berries and things like that. So, we'll just kind of figure things out as we go. And I will probably also only do boss fights. I'll try to do, like, regular updates on encounters and stuff, but since I'm not streaming, and I don't want to take up 900 billion gigabytes on my computer, I would probably only stream big boss fights. But I'll do, like Trainer Sprite area. So, Flossissy Ranch, I think, we have a rival battle here, and then we have a double battle. So a lot of these, like, exclamation points, which is, like, effectively, like, a mandatory trainer. So, like, those kind of mandatory trainers, this guy's not as important, but this one, which is like a double battle. It's a genuinely semi-difficult fight that involves some strategy. It involves high levels, right? Those kind of things. Hugh, we will treat as boss fights, and I'll probably record them, is my thought process. Any fight that like you could reasonably lose a Pokemon on outside of making small mistakes is like my thought process, right? So like this fight is not necessarily easy, but if you have a full team of 6 and you're leveled decently close to the level cap, which is 14, and you're fighting level 8s or whatever, right? You're probably not going to lose Pokemon there. But that's just kind of my thought process. So this is the first gym. We have 6 Pokemon, right? We're playing on challenge mode. 4 Pokemon for Roxanne. I think I am going to require that I do the Hoenn leaders as well. There's Hoenn leaders in every city. So I think I'm going to make it require that I fight the Hoenn leaders. I think I'm going to do that. The reward is clearly not useful. But, I mean, maybe I won't. We'll see how I'm feeling. Like, I might look at some of the Hoenn leaders, and if it's going to take me an exponentially long time, or if some of the Hoenn leaders are just, like, actually ridiculously difficult, then I might scale it back. But I don't know. Like, an air balloon's a good reward. So, I'm gonna stop delaying this video here. I'm excited to start this new series, and see what happens. But I think it's gonna take me through a tutorial right now. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna end it here because I see no reason in continuing. And I will catch you guys. I think what's like the first fight, like significant fight. It probably is going to be this next Hugh fight. So I'll probably see you guys for the next Hugh fight. And I'll have a different team. And I'll have some new Pokemon. And I'll have some sick stuff. So I look forward to that. And until next time, I'm looking forward to this.